Faith, amen. Amen, amen, amen. Faith, amen. That was a song that said faith, faith, faith. Just a little bit of faith. It said you don't need a whole lot, just use what you got. Amen. Faith, faith, faith. Just a little bit of faith. Amen. The Bible says in the 14th verse, it says, what does it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works? Amen. Now we understand that Apostle Paul, amen, said that by faith you are what? You are saved. By faith you are saved. Amen. But James, amen, began to show us a different side of faith. Amen. He said faith without works is dead. Amen. So what he's trying to tell us, amen, you can have all the faith in the world, but if you don't do something, it's not going to work. You can have all the faith in the world that you're going to get saved, but until you get on the altar and call on that one name Jesus, ain't nothing going to happen. You can have all the faith in the world. You can say, I want this new job, but until you apply yourself, you're not going to get a new job. You begin to say faith without works is dead. See, all of y'all got faith right now. Let me tell you how you know you got faith. Not just by what the Word of God said, because the Word of God said that God gives every man a measure of faith. But I'm going to tell you how you know you have faith. You sitting in them seats today, and you didn't even think about them seats falling over. Now one of y'all came in here and looked up under the seats and made sure any one of those screws was screwed in tight. Y'all just sit down, amen. Ain't nobody come over here and check the floor, amen, when you were jumping up and down, amen. Hallelujah, but you begin to jump up and down with joy, amen. That's faith, amen. See, that's an automatic faith, amen. But God is looking for a faith that works, amen. A faith when I can't see it, amen. I know that it's going to happen, amen. He said faith without works is dead. And he began to tell us, amen, that faith, that a man that don't have faith, he can't please God. Could you imagine that? Hallelujah, that God sitting on a throne and he just don't, you can't please him no matter how many gifts you done gave, how many folks you done prayed for, but you lacking one thing, that is faith, and now you can't please God. That faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Hallelujah.
Faith is the substance. That means faith is something that I'm hoping for. Even though I can't see it right now, but I'm hoping for it, and I'm going to work towards it until it comes to fruition. Hallelujah. Faith is something that's intangible. I can't see it right now. I can't see all the people that's in the church right now. I can't see the choir right now, but I'm hoping for it. I can't see all the souls on the altar crying out for the name, calling upon the name of the Lord. I can't see it now, but I'm hoping for it. So that means I gotta do something. That means you gotta do something. You want to see some change? That means you got to do something. What we gonna do? We're gonna start telling folks, you need to come to church. We having a good time over there in Butler. You need to come on and visit us. See, that's works. That's works. We can't see it now, but God is doing something right now in the spirit. God is healing folks right now in the spirit. Y'all better grab hold of this. God is healing somebody right now in the spirit. You can't see it right now, but you just have just enough faith to hold on. What about the woman with the issue of blood? The Bible said that she had enough faith, amen. She didn't even want to be in the place, amen. They said that they had things that were going on in their spirit, things that were going on in their mind. A woman couldn't be around folks. For her faith. She seen somebody that was in the poorhouse. She seen somebody that she knew had power. She seen somebody that she knew that could deliver her. The Bible said that she went all in position. She began to tell her, I got this issue that's going on. She seen everything that she had, amen. She didn't have no money, amen. That's the thing about Jesus, amen. You don't need to have no money, amen. You ain't got to be the richest person, amen. All you got to do is have. But when we did so much, she began to see the crowd. And the crowd was so thick that she began to get down low. See, the only way I can get to him if I get down low. Somebody need to take this, hallelujah. Sometimes, oh God, I thank you. When you're trying to get to the Lord, you got to begin to humble yourself. You got to get down low, amen. I might not be able to reach him with my head up. I might not be able to reach him with my chest out loud. I might not be able to reach them both being both of them. But when I begin to get down on my knees, when I begin to crawl out and cry out, and I say, Lord, I need to then touch the hem of your garment. I just need to touch the hem of your garment. Something begin to take place. Then she began to get to the crowd. She began to talk to herself. If I can just touch the hem of his garment, I'll be made whole. She said that within herself. She said, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I'll be made whole. But then when she touched the Lord, Jesus, the man that knows everything, said, who touched me? Somebody touched me that was different from all the rest of the touches. Because I'm going to tell you how there's something different. The disciples begin to look at Jesus with their carnal minds. They said, all these folks are touching you. And you sit here and tell us that somebody touched you when you got 100,000 folks pressing up on you. And what are you talking about, Jesus? But Jesus said, no, somebody touched me when somebody touched me with faith. Somebody touched me. And the Bible said that virtue went out of him. It said it went out of him and it flowed into her. And she was healed of all her infirmities. Now the Bible says in James, begin to talk about a person that they said that he gave an analogy, and they begin to talk about if a person come to you and they're naked. And it's not talking about just full naked, amen. It's talking about lacking the things that they need, amen. The provisions, they're lacking the provisions that they need. And they said that they was hungry. They came to you naked and they came to you hungry. And you begin to tell them, I'm praying for you. Yes, sir. I'm going to pray for you. But see, what God is showing us, what he's trying to tell us, if you have the provisions on you, if you have the provisions, why are you not blessing them? Why are you not giving them the shirt off your back if you got 500 shirts in the closet? Why you can't feed them, amen? You see that they're in need. That's the problem with us. We receive the need, but we don't do nothing when we have the provisions to do it. She's talking about faith. That's your faith. So your faith said, I'm going to pray for you. But your faith was dead because there was no works behind it. See, the faith that God is looking for is that I'm going to pray for you, but guess what? I'm going to pull out something, amen, out of our pocket. I'm going to make sure that you got something to eat. That's faith that works. That's faith that works. Let's get back in this word, amen. Let's see what else it said, amen. Hallelujah. It said, if a brother or a sister be naked and desolate of daily food, and one of you said to them, he said, one of you, now remember that James was not talking to people that wasn't unsaved. He was talking to saved folks. Now he said, if one of you, amen, he said, if one of you say unto them, depart in peace. Now how can a person how can he depart in peace when he's suffering, he's naked and he's hungry? But he said, depart in peace. And listen to what he said. He said, and be warm. How he gonna be warm and he naked?
Come on now.
And be filled. So now he's saying, go be in peace. Get warm. And get full. But he ain't did nothing. Listen to what he says. Notwithstanding, ye give them not those things which are needful for the body, to the body. What does it profit? It don't profit nothing because there's no work behind it. He said, and even so faith, if it have not worked, is dead being alone. So it don't matter if you're a powerhouse. We got a lot of powerhouses. Prayer warriors. But a lot of them don't have enough faith to heal their own selves. It's amazing how you can have faith to talk to somebody else. But when it's time for you to go through the trial, when it's time for you to go through the sickness, you over there on your face having a pity party. What happened to all that faith you had for Sister Moss? When Sister Moss was going through some stuff, amen. Child, you need to get up and pick yourself up. Have faith. But when the devil attack your house, when the devil attack your children, are you going to have enough faith to say, devil, you got to loose them? Faith that works. Faith that works. See, from now on, we're going to know how to use faith. Faith ain't just something you throw out there because you're saved. But it's serious. If you do not have works, your faith is nothing. If you have all the works in the world, without faith, your works is nothing. Let's listen to what he said here. They begin to give some examples, amen. They begin to talk about Abraham. The Bible said that Abraham was a man of faith. Said he was a friend of God.
Yes, he was.
That he walked and he talked with God. The Bible began to let us know that he had a son, his only son.
Yeah.
And the Lord began to speak to Abraham and said, look, Abraham, this is what I want you to do. Your only son that you got, the one you feed every day, you been cold, you been hunting for, I want you to give him up. I want you to sacrifice your only son. And what made this so powerful was that this was the son that Abraham had in old age. This was the son, amen, that when the angel of the Lord spoke to your wife, she began to laugh at him. This son that the Lord had already spoken and said that he's gonna be the one that's gonna carry on your name throughout all the nations. I want you to bring him to me. And I want you to sacrifice him. One thing that I like what Abraham said that Abraham woke up early that morning. Said he got everything together. Everything for the sacrifice. He got it all together. He got his son and he had a few men with him. Said as he was walking with his son, amen, his son began to look up to him and said, Father, I see everything that we need for a sacrifice, but I don't see the sacrifice. Now at this moment, Abraham is working, but now his faith kicks in. Abraham began to say, the Lord will provide. Then Abraham began to tell his servants, he said, listen to this. He began to tell the servants, he said, I want y'all to stay down here. Because me and the lad, we're going to go up for the sacrifice, but we're going to return.
Yeah. It's all right, man. It's all right.
What Abraham did, Abraham spoke it. He already had faith that God was going to deliver him. And we know what the story said, amen. It said Abraham went on up to the mountain, amen. Him and his son, amen. He laid his son out, amen. I can imagine how his son feeling. He's looking like, Lord, what is going on here? Amen. He laid him out, amen. Put the wood on him, amen. He did everything. And when he took out the blade to slew his son, amen, the Spirit of the Lord, the voice of the Lord spoke out and said, Abraham, do your son no harm. Abraham began to look, and there was a ram in the bush that was already prepared. See, because of Abraham's faith and his work, he became the father of all the nations. Hallelujah. See, that's work, that's faith that works. Amen. So we be going through so much stuff. I'm going to get on our level. Can I get on our level? We be going through so much stuff on these jobs. Can I give my testimony?
Go ahead.
I ain't going to talk about y'all. I'm going to talk about me. Let me tell you how the Lord did. The railroad was selling off a property. And this property had about 4 signal maintainers that have a lot of seniority. And they were saying when they sell this property off, that they was going to come to Mobile and they was going to start rolling different jobs. And right now they had laid out so many people that if they was to roll me, it was very limited places that I could go. You know what I did? I prayed. I'll show you how powerful God is when you pray and you fast. I'm going to help somebody. I began to pray and I began to fast about this thing. And one night I had a dream. And in the dream, God put me in the midst of the 2 people that was going to be able to roll me. And it seemed like I was in the midst of them. And they was talking and I could hear everything that they said, but they couldn't see me. And I remember one of them saying, I'm not going to go that far, amen. I'm not going way down there. And the other one said, me neither. I'm not going that way down there. And then I woke up and I'm like, Lord, what are you showing me? The Lord began to let me know, amen, that you ain't got to do nothing but stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. What today is? June 20 what? Today is June 23rd. The sale took effect June the 1st. What God did was, one of them went north. The other one that was in my dream beat out the job. Because he had enough seniority to go out in construction. So they left his job open. So the other guy that wanted his job, if that guy wouldn't have left his job, he would have rolled down south and would have got me. So now, it's June 23rd. And I'm still on my job. We serve a God that will show you things. He will let you know if somebody ain't for you. He will show you who's talking behind your back. Sometimes God ain't gonna allow you to hear folks talking and they in a whole other room. But you gotta have a relationship with God in order for these things to manifest. God will show you who gonna get saved. God will show you who messing around and got pregnant. My grandmama had a gift, amen. The Lord would show her, amen. She would have dreams about fishes and all this stuff. Baby, you pregnant. she just had that ability, amen. But she was a woman that loved God. And see, that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to have faith in Him and believe no matter what we might be, no matter what problem we may have, amen. Long as we put our faith in Him, amen. The ones that we won't save, amen. The ones that we crying out for, amen. Stop getting upset, amen, because they don't get saved when you want them to get saved, amen. God already have a perfected time and a place for them to get saved, amen. Sometimes it might take something to happen, amen, in order for them to get saved.
Amen.
But it's about your faith. It's according to your faith. Abraham was about to kill his son. But because he had enough faith to believe God, because God had already told him that his son was going to be a leader. So Abraham had to think, Lord, how is my son going to be a leader if you want me to kill him? So a lot of times God put us in tests and we don't even realize that it's a test. And a lot of times we fail these tests. And then what happened, we prolong the blessing. Somebody was supposed to get saved, but because you didn't pray and fast, because you didn't come to church, you weren't interceding for them, but you slacked up. So now the blessing is hindered. Sometimes things won't happen when we want them to happen. But we have to understand that God's ways are not our ways.
No way.
His thoughts are not our thoughts. And He's on a whole different time frame. He's on a whole different time frame. You might want it to happen right now, but God said it's happening 2 months from now. But you got to have faith and you got to be patient. Amen. You got to be patient. Amen. I pulled up to the church today. I seen all the cars out there. Lord, look at here.
Amen.
That come from prayer. We're looking for God to do something, amen. We're looking for Him to fill this house. Amen. We're looking for Him to fill this house. Yes. We're looking for Him to fill this house. Yes. When y'all anoint this, I won't be here on Wednesday, amen, but when y'all anoint this building, when y'all anoint this building, tell the Lord what you want. Yes. Say, Lord, we want big AC. I know God will give you. Listen, my wife, they have this scripture in her spirit for the last couple months, where it talk about God, how He gave them land that they didn't even plant.
Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah.
We serve a God, amen, that He don't need none of y'all money. He don't need none of y'all tithes. All He needs is your obedience.
Obey God.
All He needs is your obedience. You tell the Lord what you want. Believe it. Have faith. And wait on it. Not wavering. Not having a pity party.
No pity party.
Sometimes we think that the more we pray, the more God gonna hear us. The Lord is not deaf. You want somebody saved in your life, you pray about it. And you leave it in God's hands. Don't go back and take it out of His hands. You leave it in His hands. And you say, God, do it.
Do it. Thank you, Lord.
God, do it.
Hallelujah.
And He will do it. How many believe that today? How many have something before the Lord right now?
Hallelujah.
See, y'all got some things. Have they came to pass yet? Yours have? Came to pass? Coming? stuff you got before the Lord, how many believe that it's going to happen?
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It's a lot of faith.
Your faith.
So I want to ask you this. You got something before the Lord. You believe it's going to happen. How many are working toward making it happen?
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Amen. Because see, God is a God of action. He's a God of action. He said, if you draw nigh to me, I'll do what?
Draw nigh to you.
So if you want the Lord to do something for you, you got to do something for Him. They have a saying that if you want, how does the saying go? If you want something done, you got to do something you never done or something like that. Amen. Sometimes you got to do just a little bit more. Amen. Amen. You got to pray just a little bit more. You got to fast just a little bit more. And guess what God's going to do? He said, I will hold no good thing from you. Nothing, I will hold no good thing from you. So whatever you desire, and He said, if you abide in me and my what?
My word abide in you.
No war about it.
You should do what?
Ask what you will.
You should ask what you will.
Yeah.
Is God a liar? So the next time I see you, or the next couple times I see you, I'm going to be looking for the testimonies.
No testimony.
My God. Amen.
I got my
I
testimony.
think I just went over your head. See, I'm already believing that it already took place.
My God.
So the next time I see you, I'm looking for the testimony.
Yes.
That means God is going to perform the things that you want Him to do. But you got to be in a place with Him. You got to be in a place with Him. Everybody stand to your feet.